Hi everyone, welcome to Pido Academy. Pido Academy is my YouTube channel. My name is Mr. Cyril Gimza. In this session, I'm going to discuss with you, I'm going to show you how to install Oracle Enterprise Manager Cloud Control 13.2 on Oracle Linux 7.9. So I'm dividing this session into three main parts. The first part will be Oracle Linux installation. Okay. The second, Oracle Linux installation and post-installation settings. So we will install Oracle Linux and then we will prepare the environment for grid infrastructure installation, RDBMS installation, and then OMS later. The second part will be for 19c standalone grid installation. So when we will install in 19c standalone grid installation, when we will install 19c standalone grid, the second steps of this part, the second step of this part will be to create RDBMS, to install RDBMS software, and then later to create a database using template. This database will be used as Oracle Enterprise Management repository database. Okay, we'll see later in this session what's the repository database and what it's used for. So I will be explaining what's the use of this repository database, why we are creating this repository database. Okay, so in the third part will be our actual installation. Okay, OEM 13.2 installation. So this will be our actual installation. So before this part 3, I will be explaining you what are the core components of OEM. We will be discussing about the core component of OEM that I have drafted here. I will explain how it works, what is Oracle Management Agent, what's Oracle Management Service, what's Oracle Management Repository that we have seen. As you know, Oracle Management Repository is the database, the RDBMS that we are going to create in part 2. Okay, in part 2 we will create this repository database. Okay, and what is Oracle Management plugin and what are they used for. So we'll be discussing this after part 2. So before this part 3, I will explain what's the history behind this, what's the architecture of OEM, and then before we proceed with the actual installation. So having said this, let's go directly and start with our actual discussion. I have drafted what I'm going to do here. Okay, so in this part 1, we are doing the installation on Oracle VirtualBox. So the VM I'm going to create will be of 6 CPU. Okay, I will allocate 6 virtual CPU, and then I will allocate 6 GB RAM, and this will be the host name of my virtual machine. Okay, then I will attach actually 2 disks, disk 1 of size 250 GB and then disk 2 of size 60 GB. So this is how I'm going to allocate the size for each mount point. Okay, I will start with swap 18 GB, so exactly 3 times of my RAM. You can create also 2 times of your RAM. This is perfectly fine, but here for OEM installation especially, I'm adding more swap. Okay, /boot of size 1 GB, U01 of size 40 GB. This U01 is actually going to be used for grid home installation. Okay, so all grid binaries and installation software will be stored on this mount point. This mount point will be used for grid. U02 will be used for RDBMS. Okay, for the database software. Okay, so U02 will be for RDBMS software. Okay, and U03 will be used for OMS and agent location home, or an agent home location. Okay, OMS and agent home location. So our OMS and worker management service and our agent software will be installed on this mount point. So I'm just adding one more mount point, U04, that we'll see later. Okay, I will tell you later why I'm adding this U04. Okay, slash mount point will be of size 45 GB, slash temp I will be giving 10 GB, and then in this disk 2 will be of size 60 GB. So this is actually the storage, the database storage. This will be used, these are ASM storage, where we are going to create two disk group. The first disk group will be data disk group of size 40 GB, which will be used to store the data file. Okay, and the fast recovery area will be for the second disk group will be dg_FRA of size 20 GB. This disk group will be used for our fast recovery area. And then next we'll go and disable S Linux. Okay, we disable the firewall, we stop the firewall, and then we do some configuration setting. Okay, we change the permission of this, then we'll install display packages. We will go and install the ASM library. So we'll install these packages. I've listed some of the packages. Okay, after the installation we are going for user creation, user and group creation. So we will be adding 4 more groups. Okay, and we will add the user grid, Oracle user, and OMS user, Aura OMS user. Okay, Aura OMS user will be the owner of OEM software. Okay, and then for grid to home will be created under U01 as we discussed previously, and this will be the part of that of the home. This will be the part of grid base. For OEM repository DB home, RDBMS, this will be the Oracle home, and this will be the Oracle base. For OMS agent, this will be the OMS home, middleware home, and this will be the agent, 13c agent. Okay, so these are additional settings, and then we change the permission, and we will populate the bash for Oracle user and for grid user. So we are going to populate the Oracle home, the .bash profile for Oracle user with below entry. So we have Oracle home direct that we have created previously, and then this will be our Oracle SIT OEMDB. OEMDB will be our repository database. Okay, and we will export some environment variable like path, like library path, class path, TNS admin location. Okay, and then for grid user we will do the same thing under grid user, and grid user SID will be ASM instance only. Okay, so now this is done. Let's go ahead and create our virtual machine. To create a virtual machine, we just hit here. Okay, I'm going to call this virtual machine OEM 13c. So this is the name of my virtual machine. What's the location? Let me select the location where I'm going to store the file. Okay, so here I will create new directory OEM 13c. So I'll select this one. So this is my VM name, this is the location, file location, of type, this will be Linux machine, Oracle 64-byte. Okay, then you click next. Here, as I explained it, I'm going to allocate here. I'm allocating 6 GB RAM. Okay, So here 144. Okay, here I have 16 GB. I have 16 GB RAM. So instead of 6 GB RAM, to make things faster, I will allocate half of my RAM. So I will allocate 8 GB RAM here. 8 GB RAM will be 8192. Okay, so I will immediately, let me come here and change this. I'm allocating 8 GB RAM. Okay, save. So I'm allocating 8 GB RAM here. Okay, not 6 GB. Click next. Create a virtual hard disk. This is fine. Keep same. VDI virtual disk image. This is fine. No need to change anything. Dynamic allocation. No need to change anything. And here about the storage, I'm allocating 250 GB. Okay, I'm allocating 250 GB. Create 250 GB. Okay, this is fine. Now let's go for settings. In settings, go to advanced, bidirectional, enable these two. Okay, in advanced, description, no need to change anything. This inscription, no need to change. System, here I will disable this. Here I will allocate 6 virtual CPU. Okay, allocate 6 virtual CPU. This is perfectly fine. Here remove display, no need to change anything. Here you can select VBox SVGA, it's fine. You can keep the default, okay, or you leave it VSM VGA. Okay, the storage, we need to select our installation software, our ISO file. Go here, select. I have my 7.9 ISO file here. Okay, I select my ISO file. Okay, so we can see here my ISO file came, and here we have one disk, 250 GB. I will add one more. Okay, I will add one more disk. Come here, okay, hard drive, and then you click here, create new virtual disk. Next, dynamic allocation. Next, you give 60 GB. Okay, create, and then you choose the disk. Okay, so I have added one more disk. Now we have, as you can see, we have 250 GB disk, and then we have 60 GB disk. And this 60 GB, I need to, okay, this 60 GB, I need to remove it. I will add it back again, because you need to select persistent disk. So click here, hard disk, new hard drive. Okay, virtual hard disk. Okay, next, and then fixed size. Dynamic allocation, no, you go with fixed size. Okay, fixed size 60 GB, because this is our ASM. Okay, because this is our ASM disk storage, our storage disk. We are going to format this one and then use it as ASM disk. So we'll keep it 60 GB. Okay, and then hit create. So this will take time to create our ASM disk 60 GB. Okay, 60 GB added. Now let me add it. Okay, so you can see here 60 GB fixed size. Okay, we have 250 GB here, and down you have 60 GB. Okay, so we have this 250 GB and fixed size of storage 60 GB. Okay, next we come here, audio, no need to do anything. Network, we select first bridge adapter. Next one, we select NAT here, we select NAT. Okay, bridge adapter, NAT and NAT. No need to do anything here, no need to do anything. Share folder, we'll add our software location. Okay, we add our software location. This, select software location, folder name. Okay, the drive, this is fine. We keep it auto mount, and then we will mount it on mnt/share drive. Okay, we are not putting read only. Oh, okay, we can change the permission, we can do whatever we want when it's mounted. So here mnt share, so this will be mounted under mnt share. Okay, click OK. User interface, let's see again. Network, first adapter, bridge, NAT and NAT, this is fine. Storage, we have two disk, 250 GB and 60 GB fixed size for ASM. Okay, display, no need to change anything here. Floppy, we have 8 GB RAM. As I informed it, I have changed the size to the RAM to 8 GB. Before I was planning to add 6 GB RAM, but I changed to 8 GB. Okay, by directional boot description, no need to change it. Okay, so now we are ready to start our installation. Come here, start, normal. Here, hit enter. Okay, here by default. Next. Language, no need to change anything. Okay, it's done. Same language, this is fine. Software, we come here for minimal installation. We'll go for server with GUI. Okay, so we'll select here development tool and system tool. We select also security tool, and should be fine. Java platform, Java support. Okay, we select also here Java support. Okay, select also tool for this. Compatibility, okay, this one. So click done. So now it's checking for dependency. Dependency check. By the time, let's go and select where we are going to install our. So we are going to install here. I will go for manual configuration partition. Okay, done. And here I will create first 1 point swap. I'm adding 18 GB. Okay, swap 18 GB. Change here to standard partition. So 18 GB swap. Let me put here 18 GB swap here. Now click add. Next I will add boot partition 1 GB, 1 GB, add 1 point. Okay, this is fine, standard partition. Next I go for U01 partition, U01 of size 40 GB. Okay, U01, add 1 point. Add U02 U02 size 30 GB. Add this. Let me check again. What was the size of U02? U02 30 GB. This is correct. Now U03 U03 of size 50 GB. Okay, add this. U04 U04 size 40 GB also. Okay, add this. U04, U01, U01, U02, U03, and now we have U01 40 GB, U02 30 GB, U03 50 GB, remaining 70 GB. Okay, what I will do, I will add here 40 GB. 40 GB, and then remaining I will keep /tmp. Okay, /tmp we are giving 10 GB. Okay, add 1 point. /tmp 10 GB. U02 will reduce it to 35 GB. Okay, and then we'll add /50 GB. Okay, /50 GB here. So with this we can proceed. let's say 55 should be. Okay, so this is done. You can accept the change. Now installation source media. Okay, this is fine, perfectly selected. I need to change. And here date and time, I select where I'm at now. I select Qatar. I'm sitting in Qatar. Key dump, no need to change anything. Okay, keep it as it is. And then begin with the installation. We can set, by the time we can set our root password. Okay, set our root password. Done. And we can create PIDOA user. Okay, done. So installation done. Now we are rebooting. Okay, we are rebooting now. Installation is completed. Now we need to reboot. Okay, just click reboot. The reboot is done. Okay, now we need to finish the installation. First we need to accept license agreement. Accept. Okay, then let's go for network configuration. Here, as I inform you, we are going to give host name OEM 13c dot PIDOA academy.com. Okay, OEM 13c dot PIDOA academy.com. Apply. So here we will enable these three network card. I'm enabling these three. Okay, for the first one I will go for the configuration, and then IP setting I will add 192.168.10.21. so this is the IP I'm giving. This is in my PC network. Okay, you can see my PC network is .10. Okay, I'm assigning the same network. So here task .255.255.0 gateway 192.168.10.1. let's use this as gateway, then we keep manual, okay, so that this IP should not change. Okay, save, configuration done. Now we finish the configuration. Let's check the share mount point. cd/mnt share. Okay, we need to check it as root. Okay, /mnt share. You can see that we are able to see our mount point share, our share mount point. So as part of the post installation, okay, Linux post installation, we will upgrade our home. We will update our home, our yum. We will update the repository. Okay, so as part of the post installation steps, okay, we need to create this group and then add users, these users. Okay, for that we will first run this yum pre-installation, Oracle pre-installation RPM. Okay, I can get it from I have it in my share /mnt share. I have a directory called RPM. Okay, in this RPM I have downloaded and copy all the RPM I will require. Okay, all the RPM. Like here you can see 12c release 1 pre-installs RPM. Okay, we'll install this. Yum install. We can use yum or we use RPM command. So here I will use yum install. Yes. Yes. So this is the pre-install software for 12c release 1 database. If you are going to install the database, first you need to run this RPM. When you run this RPM, it will do some prerequisite for you. Okay, you don't need to do it manually. Like you will create an Oracle user, you will create some groups, and it will add Oracle user to the required groups, and then you will do some kernel settings. So after this RPM, let's check. You will see that Oracle user is created. Okay, it has created Oracle user, and then it has added him to these two groups, OInstall and DBA. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we need to create these three groups. Okay, Opera, we need to create ASM DBA, we need to create ASM Opera, we need to create these three. Okay, let's run. If it's already exists, then it's fine. Okay, so I'm creating this. Okay, Opera already exists, ASM DBA already exists, this is fine. OS Opera already exists, ASM admin already exists, means I have already created them. Now I need to add grid user. Okay, I need to add grid user, so I need to run these two commands. This will create a user called grid, and then we'll add him to ASM DBA, ASM admin, ASM upper group with all install as its primary group. Okay, so we run this. This is done. Now we can validate the Oracle. Oracle was added in upper group ASM DBA, and it's also in Oracle user is also in DBA group. Now let's see grid. What about grid? Grid is added in or install, added in ASM DBA, ASM upper, and ASM admin. So this is perfectly fine. Now let's change their password. Grid, I give some password. Okay, same thing for Oracle. Give password. Okay, now let's do the same thing. We need to create this user. We need to create also we need to create also Aura OMS user. This will be the grid infrastructure, the Oracle Cloud Control Owner, Oracle Enterprise Management Cloud Control Owner. So we are adding this. Okay, not any mistake here. Yeah, so I will add him in. There's no comma here. Okay, I'm adding this user into DBA only and O install. User add -g O install. Okay, I need to give -u. Okay, -u I will give let's say 5. Let's say 5.4. Okay, -u 5.4 already exists. User add -j O install. Okay, iPhone here. Let's change this iPhone. Okay, user added. OMS. Okay, let's change the password. Change the password. Okay, now this is done. What we need to do now, we need to install this library. Okay, let me go ahead and do this installation. First, we install Oracle ASM. First, it will install Oracle ASM packages. Okay, then next we'll install the remaining one. So these are the packages required for ASM creation, ASM disk group creation, for ASM storage. And since we are going to install Grid Infrastructure 13c, Okay, we need to also install this package, this RPM. We need to install this RPM also, because we are going to create and install 19c grid infrastructure. So installation done. Now let's run this prerequisite also, this pre-install RPM. Okay, this is for 19c database. To run this, yes. Done. Okay, now for OEM we need to run this. Okay, this will show all the packages required for OEM installation. So these packages, I think they are already these packages are already installed. So now what we'll do, if they are not yet installed, let's install and see. Nothing to do, already installed. Already installed. It's already installed. Okay, so this is fine. All these packages are already installed. Okay, now we need to do one thing. We need to go for directory creation. Okay, directory structure. You need to create a directory structure. So here I'm going to create grid home and grid base. Okay, grid home and grid base, these two created. I'm going to create also RDBMS DB home directory and DB base directory created. I'm going to create also OMS home and agent home created. Now I'm going to change the permission. Let me create first inventory here for inventory. Done, creation done. Now I'm going to change the permissions of all. Okay, I'm going to change the permission of all this directory. Change. Now I need to do one thing. I need to populate Oracle home batch dot batch profile. Okay, let's populate this. Okay, we're done. This is done. Need to do the same thing for grid. For grid also. For grid, I need to add this. This for grid. Copy. Copy. Okay. Now I need to do the same thing for, okay, this is fine. Did I miss something? Stop firewall and disable firewall. This was already done. This was done, already done. Okay, stop firewall and disable firewall. Firewall D. Firewall D. Okay, this was done. Now I need to disable Linux. I need to go here, Linux. I need to disable that. Okay, set. Yeah, I will put need to add permissive or disable. To disable. Okay, disable. Now what else? What else I need to do? What else? All this done. So having completed with part 1 of this installation, we will move forward to the part 2 in the next video. Okay, thank you very much for watching this till the end. Okay, and do like and subscribe. If you have anything to add, please add in the comment. I will read the comment and then I will proceed with the change accordingly. Okay, if there is any topic or anything that you would like us to discuss in another video, don't hesitate to add it in the comment section. Okay, thank you very much. Please